It's given it away now, as he'll scuttle off to just check on his notes ahead of this year's Fantasy Premier League, in which he was in the top 0.0046% in the world last season.
Wow.
That's not bad, is it?
Has he got a spreadsheet?
He quite possibly has. You need to, whichever episode of the Bears Podblast it was this season, it was episode 5 or episode 6, he did discuss his techniques. He didn't want to give too much away, to be honest with you.
Well, I can understand that. You don't want to let people in. My problem is I just forget about it, and it just sits there without any changes there. Corey Roccaccioli is going to bowl from the Sir Alistair Cook end. It's turned into the leg side by Paul Walter. He comes through for a single.
That's exactly why I gave up playing.
Well, I've been doing the fantasy cricket version for a couple of seasons now with some of our BBC colleagues. And my team only changes if I remember to do it the night before a game, because it's a very busy time for us, isn't it, when we're going out and about covering the cricket on the morning of, and when the teams are announced, you very rarely get a chance to be thinking about changing your cricket team as Roccaccioli is in, and that is clipped into the leg side by Tom Wesley, just past short leg, who is stationed there, and they move on to 62 for 1. But we do have one of our colleagues, Andrew Douglas, who works in Salford, who is very good at it and regularly tops the charts for the Cricket Fantasy League.
Too smart.
Roccaccioli is in, and that's swept by Walter. Is he going to beat the fielder? There's a sliding stop. He gets there. And so it'll just be a single to the score for Essex, and there is a yelp of encouragement from the Warwickshire field for that stop there out on the deep.
Yeah, Vance Jani there, that was a really good one from the youngster on his debut. Yeah, episode 6 of Series 6, headed, he's in the top 0.001% in the world. Yeah, that's the title of the episode. That is the Craig Miles one. We like a snazzy title. We're told to do snazzy titles these days.
63 for 1. Roccaccioli is in, and that one is pushed into the leg side by Wesley. No chance of a single. Turns back into his crease.
That episode is followed by the wonderful Orange Chips. You haven't tried Orange Chips?
Is that Davina Perrin?
That was Davina Perrin and Ethan Bamber. But it was Davina's quote.
I haven't tried Orange Chips, as Roccaccioli is in, and Wesley drives up to mid-on for no run.
Effectively, they're battered, really.
Okay, so the orange is the batter.
Yeah, it's battered chips.
Oh, right.
And it was preceded by, there's a reason for the trophy tattoo.
Oh.
Yep.
In comes Roccaccioli, and that one is dug out into the leg side by Wesley. He's got some pace on it, and it's going to run away to the boundary for 4 runs.
The trophy tattoo belongs to Sam Hain. It's the County Championship trophy that he's got tattooed.
Wow.
Yep.
67 for 1 at the end of the over.
See, we have some weird and woolly discussions, as I'm sure you do on your show as well, and they can both be found on BBC Sounds. In the case of the Bears Podblast, just type in the word Podblast, and you'll find all of the episodes, not just from this series, but all the historical ones as well, with the likes of Carlos Brathwaite and Ashley Giles, Jeetan Patel, Grant Elliott, Chris Green, Ian Bell. Some good episodes in the past. And if you want to listen to Victoria's...
Yes, Around the Wicket on a Wednesday evening, 6 till 7, or you can listen on BBC Sounds. It's more of a review of the cricketing week, but the women's cricket show, which we've had on over the course of the summer, has been a rather good way to get to know the Essex women's team. With Kelly Castle, Kate Kopak and Jo Gardner. We learnt all about their coffee orders, that Kate's family live on an alpaca farm. There's a lot to get to know about these Essex players.
Hannah Dolby in round the wicket to Walter, defends it back down the wicket. Hannah Dolby doesn't stoop low enough to pick it up. I did discover which Warwickshire player, men's player, grew up on a farm and now spends lots of his time playing a farming app.
Oh.
Which was a surprise. That turned out that's Jake Lintott. So, yeah, you just never quite know where these people, or how these people spend their time. So Helen Dolby pumps the arms in again. Also the tall left-handed Walter, who swings and misses a ball that carries up to the shoulders of Kai Smith. A bit of fire about that from Helen Dolby. Good delivery. 67 for 1 it remains. So Eva Gray hasn't popped in to see you this summer, has she?
No, she didn't come on the... she was mentioned quite a lot, but she wasn't one of the guests we had on.
Yeah, we've done quite a few commentaries with Eva over the course of the last few years. She's tremendous company. Good cricketer as well, getting better.
Yeah, it's been really good for Essex this season.
Once more, Helen Dolby round the wicket to Walter, who moves into line, looks to push it through mid-wicket, but it's rather straighter than he intended, and Alex Davis is across to pick up. So as well as Davina amongst the Bears women, because you'll have seen quite a few of them play. Abby Freeborn was great company. Georgia Davis, the captain, and Laura Harris came in. I confronted her with a quiz about roller coasters and theme parks, because I found 3 within about 50 miles of where she lives in Queensland. Turns out she's been to all 3, including Wet and Wild. In comes Helen Dolby once more, and he's wrapped him on the pad there. There may have been a little bit of an edge on it as well, because he looked rather anxiously back to see where the ball went, but it bounced well in front of Rob Yates, who's the second of 2 slips, but he's sort of the width of third and almost fourth slip at times. It's funny, I'd always do daft quizzes on the podcast, and they're the ones where you find out more about the players than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the stuff, because they're human beings. We could talk about the minutiae of the game of cricket for an hour, but actually it's more interesting to know who they are and what they like and what ticks their boxes, really. This is nicely driven by Walter up towards mid-off. And there's no run. It's fielded there by Rothesay.
We were saying yesterday about the music preferences. You get to know them more off the pitch, and then that's appealing, isn't it, to know what's behind the cricketers we see.
Funny enough, that reminds me. So when I sat down with my first pint last night in the bar in the middle of Chelmsford, what was playing? What music was playing?
Was it Charlie Puth?
No, well, no. It was where we went from there was. It was Don't Look Back in Anger.
Oh, Oasis.
As this next delivery is nudged into the offside by Walter, which after you discovered...
That is more audience-friendly than Charlie Puth.
Well, you'd revealed that Charlie Puth was the Essex song. I said, actually, it seems to me that the karaoke classic for most cricketers, the go-to song, appears to be Don't Look Back in Anger. And there it was. I went up to the bar just after that. I can't remember what. There was a ballad playing, and the barmaid was singing along with all her heart. I said, "Yeah, you really want to go for this, don't you?" She said, "I do, really." She said, "In the car on the way home, I'll sing it at full belt."
It's a change of gloves for Tom Wesley. It's a momentary pause between the overs. Rothesay's going to continue from the Sir Alistair Cook end.
Test match result. New Zealand have beaten Zimbabwe by 9 wickets. They chased their target of 8 down in 14 balls.
14 balls?
But for the loss of Conway.
Essex 67 for 1 here. Tom Wesley's just setting himself after that change. Having a look at the field. He's not quite ready yet. Sends Rothesay back, who was just about to start his run up. In he comes. That's defended with a straight bat by Wesley.
The target setting quandary, and Essex are not in target setting mode, but I know Hampshire 297 in front of Worcestershire and still batting at New Road. You just wonder how long they want to bat before they try and take wickets there.
Rothesay is in. Wesley's looking to sweep. He hits short leg. He goes down in some pain. Is that Malik under the helmet there? And I think we'll have a bit of a stoppage here while everyone comes round to check if he's okay.
I don't know whether Dan Mosley was telling the physio not to come on, but Kai Smith is suggesting that he should. So he is down, Zen Malik, for a moment. Most games that Zen Malik has played this year, somebody within a commentary team has said, what, like the one off One Direction?
That's sane.
Yeah. But that was... you've resisted it, you see. So I just bring it up like a saw that's there to be
But now
scratched
then,
again.
you'll put that in my head.
Yeah. I mean, he's not many people's favourite member of One Direction. And I think it's just, he's faded a bit into the background, hasn't he, compared to the others?
It was the first one to go off and have a solo career, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. Oh, you never want to be the first one to leave the band. Robbie Williams.
Looking at you, Robbie Williams.
Yeah, but he got away with it, didn't he? So.
Brian McFadden, where's he now?
Yeah, wasn't Jerry Halliwell the first to leave the Spice Girls,
yeah.
and that was a very brief solo career, wasn't it?
I produced a good rendition of "It's Raining Men."
Yeah, it's an interesting choice of adjective, and I think it's reasonable that you go down that line.
Anyway, Zen Malik's okay. He's back up on his feet. $67 for 1. Wesley is on 30. Jolie's in, and that one has missed short leg and backward short leg and has gone for 4 runs. He's squeezed it through the gap, has Tom Wesley, and Essex are on to 71 for 1.
He's had a bit of an annoyed kick of the turf there. He hasn't had much luck here, Rothesay. He got an edge from Walter just before lunch that Alex Davis couldn't quite scoop up at slip. And there he felt that he'd got his man, but he hadn't, because it was not really as close to the fielder as he might have expected. They're going to switch things around again to try and add a bit more pressure. Wesley was put down on 19 when Smith and Mosley both went for the same ball at wicketkeeper and first slip.
We've got a slip coming in. Rothesay is in, and that's defended by Wesley. There's a lot of animation in the Warwickshire field at the moment about this bowling.
And with both sides in a Kookaburra week on a hybrid pitch have stayed competitive, haven't they? And they're staying on it even in this situation.
In comes Rothesay, and Wesley sweeps that one, finds the gap in the leg side, and that's going to be another 4 runs to his score. There isn't a huge amount of room around the bat on that leg side for him to work that one away. He does so though. 38 on the board for Tom Wesley, 75 for 1. Richard's going to go off and update the WM listeners. And we have 1 ball of this Rothesay over to come. 2 boundaries so far to Tom Wesley from it. Wesley taps his bat. Rothesay is in, and that one is turned into the leg side. They're thinking about the single, and they eventually decide to go for it. Bit of hesitation between Essex, but Wesley comes through for the single, take the strike for the start of the next over. So with 25 gone in the second innings, Essex are 76 for 1, leading by 193. Scores elsewhere then after the lunch break. Looking at the test match first, day 2 of that 5-day game. England are 126 for 1. Ben Duckett, the man to go earlier on in the 40s. Elsewhere in Division 1, Somerset 101 for 3 in the game against Nottinghamshire at Trent Bridge. So that one looks like it will head for a draw. Hampshire still batting, 262 for 6 in their second innings against Worcestershire. So they lead by 306 runs. So yeah, possibly a declaration soon as Hannon Dolby is in. That's just edged out into the offside by Tom Wesley. Sussex 7 wickets down, 171 for 7, so they still trail Yorkshire by 152 runs, and Yorkshire need just 3 wickets to win that one, an all-important win for Yorkshire at Scarborough. That's how Division 1 looks. They did lose some time between Gloucestershire and Middlesex at Cheltenham earlier on today. Gloucestershire 89 for 1 in their first innings as Hannon Dolby is in. That's left alone by Wesley. He looked comfortable. Bit of excitement around from the Bears. Kent and Leicestershire lost a lot of time yesterday in their game. Kent 328 for 6 in their first innings, and Glamorgan closing in on victory. They've got Lancashire 288 for 8 at Old Trafford, so a couple of wickets to win that one. Northamptonshire and Derbyshire is delayed because of the weather. Hannon Dolby's on his way into Wesley, leaves that one comfortably outside the off stump, remains 76 for 1. Do have darker skies than we had this morning. Can't see as much blue as there was around Chelmsford earlier on. Considering we got away with the weather yesterday, it's not out of the question that we will do so today. The chance of rain on the forecast has dropped again. If we are going to get it, it will be in the next hour or so, you would think, but it is looking clearer than it was this morning. Hannon Dolby moving past the umpire to Wesley and gets an edge on that, and he just has to spin around to make sure he doesn't play on. Thankfully for him, the ball dropped safely. Encouraging signs though after lunch for the Warwickshire bowling attack.
76 for 1 in their second innings. They're not really getting a wriggle on. They lead by 193, but it looks like they have settled for a draw here. A match in which they've been on
Wesley on to 39, Walter at the non-striker's end on 27. And that run rate of 2.96 just tells you about the Essex intent here, as Hannon Dolby is in. That's defended by Wesley, just jams the bat on it. Got 2 slips in place. And Hannon Dolby walking back to his mark, coming across to have a chat with his captain, Alex Davis. You're still yet to pick up a wicket, Hannon Dolby, in this match. His figures 0 for 13, with 1 ball to come of his 8th over. He's on his way in over the wicket to the right-handed Wesley, who pulls that one, and he has found the fielder out in the deep. They'll come through for a single, so again he will take the strike for the start of the new over. Paul Welter having a bit of a break from getting a chance to face. 77 for 1 at the end of the 26, a lead of 194.
Be interesting to see how long it is before we see some slightly less regular bowlers. I would expect Rob Yates to have a bit of a spell this afternoon. The 2 dark clouds away to our right, but they all seem to be avoiding us. I don't know if it's anything we've done. I'm not taking it personally. But
well, I don't mind being avoided by rain.
Most days you'd rather be sat here watching cricket than sat here watching rain, as a general principle. 2 short legs, one of them backward. There's also a leg slip as Rocket Shoulder comes into Wesley, who's been looking to sweep quite a bit, and he's hammered this against the backward short leg, and it ricochets off him down towards a very fine third man, and they'll come through for 2. Webster is wearing a jumper this afternoon, Fields, and that's the second short leg to have been clobbered in successive overs. This time it's Rob Yates in the firing line. Skipper Alex Davis is be-jumpered in the afternoon session as well. So too Ed Barnard. Maybe it's a little chillier out there. Maybe it's a sign that they've had a hard week and they want a bit of warmth. This next ball outside off stump, defended into the offside.
It's not very helpful from a commentary point of view. It's fine for you.
Well, to be fair, I think you can tell Alex Davis from Bo Webster.
Yes.
Yeah, I guarantee you. Another attempted sweep. Has he got a hand on that? He's going to be caught. Alex Davis pouches it, but the umpire says no. So what did it come off? Again, there's no great surprise or shock from the Warwickshire fielders that it's given not out. May have come off the forearm. Hard to tell. That replay, maybe high off the pad or off the forearm. Maybe high off the pad would be the answer, as he tucks this off the foot. It hits the foot of Rob Yates this time and goes to mid-wicket, where it's picked up by Ethan Bamber, who's just delighted that he's not fielding at short leg.
Well, if you will stand there.
Yeah. I mean, he's not using them as a target, but a certain amount of shots are going to go that way with the way that Rothesay is bowling, and this is along the deck to Malik, and it's a good little test this for Wesley actually. He's on 42 off the back of a big 100 in the first innings, 148. That was an immaculate innings. This one he did have a lifeline on 19, and he was put down between wicketkeeper and slip combined. Rothesay in short of a length, guides it towards mid-wicket, and Bamba misses it, but it will roll out to Hannon Dolby, who had already got his cap off for the start of the next over, because I think he's intending to continue. End of the over, 80 for 1, and Wesley has snaffled the strike again.
Crawley's gone in the test for 64. England now 129 for 2.
Did he nick off? Oh no, he's top edge to pull, apparently. He's top edge to pull. He gets out the way that James Vince always used to get out playing for England, but he does tend to make twice the number of runs. Vince just couldn't get himself going. For such a talent that he is.
It's the one sort of mystery of his career, really, isn't it?
Hampshire 320 ahead of Worcestershire and haven't pulled out yet.
Interesting.
Do they not see a prospect of a win there? Interesting, yeah. Kent and Leicestershire's a nailed on draw now. And Lancashire are 9 down against Glamorgan, so that's nearly done.
Hannon Dolby into Wesley. He clips that one into the leg side and takes the single. So Paul Walter, who's been watching all the action unfold, gets a chance on strike. 81 for 1, a lead of 198.
Promotion race in Division 2, such as it is still a promotion race, I mean, Leicestershire are still in a good position, but Glamorgan are going to be the big gainers. They are going to be tightening their hold on second place, which is quite a surprise.
There was, after the games last week, it felt like there was about 5 of them that were still in contention.
You started to think that Lancashire were going to pull away from what was a terrible start to the season, but defeat against Glamorgan would be costly.
Hannon Dolby coming around the wicket to Walter, who just plays that one out into the offside for no run.
I bet it is a good while since Glamorgan won a championship match at Old Trafford, because since the 2-division system they wouldn't have seen a lot of each other. They're very close to winning that.
James Anderson stands in their way.
Probably fairly literally, actually.
Yeah.
He's 9 not out, so he's having a go. 9 off 6. Baz ball.
Hannon Dolby into Walter, past the outside edge through to Smith.
That's a beauty from Hannon Dolby. He is having the most extraordinarily luckless season. He's only got 10 championship wickets. They've cost him 60 odd apiece, and he's not really doing much wrong. Don't think his pace is discernibly down from last season. He won't have loved the fact that he's played a series of Kookaburra games. That hasn't helped. Missed the match. Worcester, he was left out in a match that had a rather more in it for the Seamers.
81 for 1 as Hannon Dolby is in, and one's turned into the leg side by Walter, who thought about the quick single, saw it had been well fielded, and goes back to his crease.
Sen Malik, good stop, dive into his left. I have a horrible feeling he landed on his bruise from when he was hit by the ball at short leg. It was very rueful the way he sort of rolled back over. There was a bit of a grimace.
He's
giving
a shake of the hand.
Yeah, something hurts. Good in the field though, making the most of this late chance at first class cricket, coming into the game at 27 and really enjoying himself.
Hannon Dolby bowls. Walter defends that one. One ball of the over to come. Taken the new ball at Scarborough as Yorkshire look to take the 3 wickets that they need for victory over Sussex.
Been a good rear guard. Hudson Prentice and Carson have been together for 22 overs now, or 21 and a half overs. It's not a bad effort, isn't it? That's some commitment, especially if there's any weather around up there. If they can get through to from an Essex point of view, that's not over.
No. Keep a keen eye on that one. Helen Dolby in. Walter plays that one out into the offside, and they'll come through for this single. So it's this time that Walter will keep the strike, 82 for 1.
One of the strengths of these two when they're batting together is they can both count to 6.
It's more than I can do sometimes.
And there's a little bit of a drinks break here. Whether they've requested that, I think they possibly have, because I get the feeling that there's something else coming out for Wesley, whether it's a salt tablet or something like that. Again, another player who's been in the field an awful lot during this match. He batted a long time for the 148. He's bowled some overs. I know he's only off spin, but you know, get through 12 overs when you haven't bowled for a long time. Barely bowled at all so far this season prior to today. One interesting game in Division 1 is that match of second and third. Somerset on 106 for 4, a dead level with Notts. So they're still got to be careful. Abel 1 and Banton 0 are in at the moment. Calvin Harrison's just taken a couple of wickets. Harrison, who's played a lot of Championship cricket for Northants this season, but now playing for his parent county. So that's not over as a scrap. So Rockacholi round the wicket to the left-handed Walter, who he hasn't seen for a little while, and Walter is looking to launch him towards square leg, but it's one bounce to the fielder. Jani keeps them down to a single. Walter has been pretty aggressive against Rockacholi, but hasn't seen a lot of the strike against him.
No, he's been watching on as Wesley has tried to find the gaps, pummeled the close range fielders.
So now 3 close catches are in on the leg side for Rockacholi to Wesley, and that's off the inside half of the bat, and it squirts out on the onside where Dan Mosley fields, tries to flick up with his boot. The ball just didn't have the momentum. Rockacholi, dressage style in, floats this up. There's good appeal for LBW here. No, says the umpire, and looking at the pictures, that'll be because it's hit Wesley outside the line of off stump. So correct call from umpire Blackwell. Lays his pads comfortably outside the line. Rockacholi in again, flicked past Bamber at mid-wicket, so Helen Dolby will approach to do the fielding. Another single, 84 for 1. Victoria's putting her hands out to see if it's raining. It was in the same sort of tentative way that when you arrive on holiday, you first go to the swimming pool, you want to gauge the temperature.
I just felt a bit of moisture, and I was trying to work out if...
It's sort of dark enough, the cloud that's just coming, that it could produce something. Rockacholi into Walter again is sweeping out to Jani for another single. 85 for 1. It's in the 29th. It really has been 3 and over stuff all along, which is an indication. The lead is above 200 now, 202. But the number of overs left in the game is down below 60, so yeah, it's unlikely that we're going to see Essex return to the field today. Rain would put pay to it. Rockacholi in, turns into the bat of Wesley, just waits for it and pummels it to wide mid-on for a single. 4 singles off the over, 86 for 1. Significantly, I would say, in the game at New Road, Hampshire have just lost their 7th wicket and are continuing to bat. 282 for 7. Abbott's gone out to bat. They lead by 326. And again there, you must be looking at about 60 overs to go. So doesn't look like they're going to set Worcestershire anything. I mean, Worcestershire are in dire trouble at the bottom of the table. I'd love to know quite what Kevin James is making of that, mind you.
Mate, if we get a rainbow, we can tune in.
That'd be right, wouldn't it?
On the BBC Sport website app. That is definitely some kind of drizzle coming down. How heavy it is out there. I can't see anyone making any moves in the stand in front of us, or any umbrellas or anything. So just a bit of light rain at the moment, but I wasn't imagining things.
I'm sure you're right.
It's just hitting me and not you.
I can feel very, very light rain on the back of my hand. Here it goes. It'll drop on my wedding ring.
It's moving with the breeze and coming towards us in the box.
I'm loving that there are 3 mid-wickets who could touch each other's hands here.
86 for 1 as Hannon Dolby is on his way into Wesley, who does turn it into that mid-wicket region, which is well populated.
Some would say overpopulated. In fact, it's enough to persuade Ian Blackwell that he'd be better off at point.
He's having a little jog across to switch sides, because there's now 4 of them there.
4 short mid-wickets. Alex Davis is the shortest, both in height, and he's the closest to the bat.
And Wesley just has a glance at them as Hannon Dolby is in over the wicket, and he turns it past them out to deep square leg as they come through for a single. Or fielded in the deep for Walter to scurry through. 87 for 1. Wesley's moved on to 47. He's rather overtaken the opener, Paul Walter, who's on 30.
That guaranteed draw between Kent and Leicestershire. Kent, I know Ben Compton now 170 not out in that 337 for 6. So he's filling his boots, and Lancashire are lingering on against Glamorgan. What's that point where you're following the other games more keenly than the one that we're at?
Hannon Dolby is in, and Walter has clipped that one into the leg side. There's a big old gap there, so as the race is on, is the ball going to reach the boundary? It's stopped with a foot just inside the rope as they come back for 3.
Gives me palpitations seeing a fielder stop the ball with the underside of his boot there.
Well, you can see it go wrong, don't you? And it's quite nasty on the ankles.
An ankle roll would be suboptimal at this point. Alex Davis is okay. 90 for 1, 30th over. I haven't heard any dissent from the members at the lack of attacking intent here from... Oh, they're now putting in 6 short mid-wickets. I kid you not, 6 short mid-wickets.
Cover drive here, Wesley, as Hannon Dolby is in. He looks to turn it down the leg side. It's through to Smith.
Are they going to bring another one in?
Oh.
And there's not a single fielder on the offside now.
There might be someone down out of our view,
down at
but I can't...
it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2. No, there's nobody on the offside at all.
Hannon Dolby's on his way in to Wesley. He plays that out into the leg side, and there's plenty of fielders around it to do the honours.
This is a different form of leg theory, isn't it? Alex Davis has a word with Ollie Hannon Dolby. Are they going to adjust the plan further? The mood is getting playful in the Bears camp. Oh, they're going to put somebody under a helmet now. Zen Malik. So there is a deep square leg, leg slip, leg gully, short leg, 4 short mid-wickets, and a short mid-on who's standing next to the non-striker. So a very unusual field indeed.
What will Tom Wesley do? Hannon Dolby is in, and he clips that into the leg side. He's going to get a boundary for it as well. Despite all those fielders in close, he's found the gap in the leg side, Tom Wesley, to bring up his half century for Essex. 103 deliveries. He's hit 7 fours for his 51, and having scored a century in the first innings for Essex, the captain, who's in a good vein of form for his county, gets a half century.
Yeah, well played again. Did get a life this time on 19. But, who'd have thought you could find a way through to the boundary on the leg side with that field? But The 9-0 split field didn't quite do the goods.
So the lead is 211. Had 30 overs of the Essex second innings.
There's still a bit of moisture in the air, isn't there, at the moment? Umpire's keeping them on as Rothesay bowls to Walter. Looks to force it off the back foot. Can't get it beyond Dan Mosley. Rothesay is a bit unfortunate not to have claimed a wicket today. Drags this down a bit, and again it's forced into the ground by the tall man Walter as far as Mosley. This is his 11th over of this second innings, none for 39. One for plenty in the first innings as well. And trying a big launch here was Walter, and it comes off the toe end of the bat and it stops near his pad for a second. It looked like it might roll back onto his stumps. He was looking to launch that somewhere towards the main road, and now the umpires are conferring about this ongoing drizzle, and let's see what they do. They're staying on for now, which gets an applaud from somewhere in the ground. There was a single person clapping. Rothesay round the wicket once more to Walter, flicks this through mid-wicket, and there isn't a fielder on the boundary there, so there's a bit of a chase on for Bo Webster, who will trap the ball and allow them come through for 2.
It's definitely getting heavier. It just feels like it's closed in. I wonder if the umpires will confer again.
They might try and get to the end of this over. Pop a picture up of that field, which hopefully BBC Cricket will pick up if I hashtag it correctly, which I didn't because I can't type. As Rothesay bowls off the back foot, Walter picks out Mosley again, and there's no run. So we've seen little things to amuse ourselves today, but the cricket has been pretty prosaic in truth. I think it was written in the stars that it wasn't going to be a day for forcing a result, as he's played this onto his foot and out into the offside as Walter. And there's no run. End of the over. The umpires will consult again, and they will ask the ground staff to come on. And at 2:24, rain stops play, and it remains to be seen when we might come back on at this point. Essex on 96 for 1, lead by 213. Paul Walter is on 35. Tom Wesley on 51. And I think, given the events of the week so far, none of the players will be too disappointed to be going off the field. And it is certainly raining enough that you can't really continue.
No, so ground staff are on with the covers, and we'll see how long this rain lasts and when we may get more play on day 4.
I love the phrasing used by the PA guy there.
What did he say?
With the weather closing in. Which is just to say, anybody who's frustrated, actually the rain has got significantly heavier in the time that it's taken them to leave the field. And the gentleman in front of us is telling us it's coming from just to our left at the moment. And I don't think he's shocked that they've gone off. Look, this match is going to end in a draw. It remains to be seen, Victoria, whether we see any more cricket.
Well, if we do, we will be back on with the remainder of day 4 here between Essex and Warwickshire in the County Championship. But while the rain falls, we will be off air. The coverage of the rest of the County Championship continues on the BBC Sport website and app.
Welcome to the First Bus Test Track. We're here to show what it's like to be a trainee bus driver, the trials and tribulations of transport.
So just keep it nice and slow. So we drive it. We've killed one already.
I didn't know we were off there. You didn't set me steering wheel straight. Just forget about that one.
What was this one? This was the steering wheel. Okay, why is it not driving?
Because we're probably not in gear yet.
I actually don't have a clue where I'm going.
Is there a horn?
There is.
Fair play. Fair play to the drivers out there.
I'm driving a bus.
Our first set of recruits will be players from our partners, Essex Cricket, with whom we've recently launched a branded bus in Chelmsford. The partnership aims to encourage the use of public transport to get to games, to reduce congestion in Chelmsford and promote sustainable transport in the city. Before they were allowed to take the wheel, each contestant had to complete a theory test, which will be factored into their score. Aiming to score the lowest, points were awarded each time any mistake was made, whether it be failing to indicate,
I'm going to signal to go all the way round.
braking or accelerating sharply,
The brakes are weird, aren't they? I don't like them.
or even knocking down one of our bright blue cones. But they won't be training in our brand new electric double-deckers like these. They'll be in our appropriately priced training bus. Let's see how everyone got on with their laps.
Do you understand where you're going at the moment? When we do start off.
No.
Handbrake on.
Handbrake on?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't press drive, did I?
Oh no, don't say that. Don't say that. No, it's fine. It's actually fine. Yeah, they're fine.
That's a natural. You've done this before, yeah?
Not my first rodeo, this.
Woo, I'm off. Okay, so I want it this bit more this way.
Ooh, I'll go that way.
Oh no, this way. Okay.
Right, slow down, Eva.
It looks like we've caused such commotion that even the government has got involved. Here's local Transport Minister Simon Lightwood giving our course a go.
Oh gosh, no, I think I prefer to put this on handbrake when he's just outside. I'm sorry about the cones. So, right, I'll let you do your turn off thing.
Thanks for taking part, Simon, but maybe stick to the politics.
It's lucky you're good at cricket. We are recruiting if you...
Yeah, I'd love to. What's the benefits? What holidays do I get?
You wouldn't feel confident with me driving your bus, I don't think.
Better to be safe than sorry.
Don't worry about that one. Don't worry about that cone.
Well, oh no, don't say that.
Oh no, she's
My grandma's going to miss her shopping. I need to get going. Doris, with our shopping.
I was just getting too into it. Serves me right. Oh dear. I know. It's a lovely day for it though, isn't it?
Right. Oh, mind that cone there.
We've done now.
Oh, here we go. Oh, that one's
Oh,
gone.
we got that one.
Bonus points. Bonus points, baby. Come on.
There's one right in front of me.
You're miles away from it.
Am I?
That's it, and then we'll just put it where we started.
Right, neutral. Handbrake.
Excellent. Well done.
Remember our drive.
Let's go over to First Dig for his analysis of how they got on. Congratulations to all contestants that took part today, and on that stop bell, that's all for this edition of First Bus Battle of the Buses. Thank you for watching.
We're working with Ambassador Cruise Line to recognise the unsung heroes at your cricket club. Those dedicated volunteers and staff who go above and beyond to make the game happen. To celebrate them, we're giving you the opportunity to win them a cruise with Ambassador Cruise Line. The winning club will also receive a coaching session from me here at the Ambassador Cruise Line ground.
My unsung hero is Keith Young.
Derek Richardson.
Mark Grove. Derek Harding.
Patrick Wald. Lisa Turner and Dick Turner.
My grandpa, Malcolm Price.
Ryan, he is someone who, no matter how old or where he's at, or if he's got anything wrong, he'll still go out and put all the boundary flags out, setting up at the entire clubhouse. He's always very, very supportive.
Since I've been involved with this club as a professional, he's the dressing room attendant. He fills many roles. He always goes above and beyond.
He was the one who kind of helped me realise my love for the game and gave me all the right tips when I was a little 10, 11-year-old me trying to hold a cricket bat.
I remember a game when I was 14 years old, he was rolling towels onto the wicket to try and dry it so that we didn't get relegated. He was the first 11 captain when I was growing up, but he was more than that. He's the heart and soul of the club, does everything. Unsung's exactly the word I'd use to describe him.
The unsung heroes and the volunteers around club cricket are actually the heartbeat of what we're trying to do. They're the ones that are introducing young kids to the great game of cricket and hopefully bringing on the next generation of superstars that are going to represent England.
The volunteers, the people that quite often give up their time, a lot of organisations wouldn't be able to operate without those people. So there are a huge amount of unsung heroes that probably don't get the credit they deserve, and I think without those individuals, club cricket, village cricket, it wouldn't operate.
Volunteers are really important to cricket clubs, especially with someone like Keith, who created such a welcoming environment and fun environment for me to be in. That kind of creates the love for the game for a lot of people.
Nominate today.
Help us celebrate
the unsung heroes of cricket.